Hello everyone, in this video we will be seeing how an object can be caught to gain points using MIT Scratch. So first let us just delete this sprite which is there on our stage area and make use of a background. So all we have to do is click on this, choose a backdrop option, and whatever background we like we can choose. So as we are going to make an object fall from top, we can just make use of some forest type of background and then a sprite. So we will be making, now we want to catch something, so we will be making use of a bowl to catch the object which is falling from top. If you want to increase its size, you can increase, decrease its size, you can decrease by making use of this option which is available over here. Okay, now we will start with the coding part of this. Over here we want to make use of our left and right arrow keys. So using those keys we will be designing it. So what do we need first? So if our left arrow key is pressed, the bowl has to move towards the left hand side. So we have to go to controls and make use of if statement. If the right arrow key is pressed, so key press will be there under sensing option. So if the right arrow key is pressed, then it has to move towards this side, that is right side. So for that we have to change the x-axis. To change the x-axis we have to go to motion and make use of change x-axis by 10. So this is the code which we need to use when we want the ball to move that side. Okay. So now this has to be performed whenever the green flag is clicked, and it has to be done always, that is forever loop has to be used. That the use of this is till the green flag is clicked, this code whatever is there inside forever loop has to be continuously executed. So now let's check. So now we are pressing our right arrow key, so it's working perfectly fine. We will stop it. Now as we have used our right arrow key, similarly we will be making use of our left arrow key. So we will duplicate this code, just right click and press on duplicate key and insert this code below it. So now we are going to press our left arrow key and we are going to change the x-axis by -10. So just let's run the code again. So this is how our left arrow key works and this is how our right arrow key works. So for now let the code for bowl be done. Now we will insert the next object, that is the falling object. So for that we have to click on choose a sprite. So over here you can decide whichever fruit you want to make it fall or any other object you want to fall in that bowl, you can decide that thing. For now I'll be taking an apple. So the apple size is bigger than the bowl, so I'll just make it 80% so that it is smaller than the bowl. I think that's sufficient and I'll just place it on top. Now what we have to do is we don't know from which position the apple is going to fall. So we have to generate random positions for the apple to fall. So for that the first command should be when the green flag is clicked. The apple has to move to a random position and fall from there. So for that random position, go to motion option and go to random position. So from top, so the y-axis are going to be decided beforehand because we want it to fall from top. So set the y-axis to over here, set the y-axis to the topmost position. So we will just make it 180. So it is going to fall from top. Okay. Then we will be including a loop. We need to make this apple fall continuously from top. So for that we will be making use of forever loop, and in this forever loop we are going to change the y-axis position by 5 every time. So to change that we will be making use of change the y position by -5 every time we enter into the loop. So now when this apple reaches the bottom of our stage area, what has to be done? What has to be done? So for that we need to make use of a if condition. So if loop is inserted, and over here we are going to check the bottommost position, that is the y-axis. So it is minus 161. So maybe when the apple reaches more than, or when the apple value is less than 170, it should be scrolling. Once it exceeds 170, again it has to go on top and start falling from top again. Okay, so let us design it in that way. So here we need to check for two conditions, that is the y-axis should not be less than minus 170. So when we require two conditions and the operator required in between them is less than, we have to make use of the operator menu and just place it over here. So over here what do we want to check? That the y-axis are less than. So our y-axis will be in motion option. Click over there and take this y-axis. Our y-axis should be less than 170. So if this condition is true, then these two statements have to be repeated. That is, on any random position on top, the apple has to fall again. So what I'll do, I'll just duplicate this block of code. This is not required. So I'll just place only these two statements over here. Okay, let's see whether this block of code is working. So click on your green flag and there we go. The apples are falling. Once it reaches minus 170, it will go on top again. So on random places it is going to fall. Now what we have to do is, if the apple touches the ball, what has to be done? So before doing that, we also need to maintain a score which will count how many apples are being collected in the bowl. So we'll create a variable for that which will keep a count of number of apples. So we will go to variables and create a new variable. Click on make a variable and you can give any name to it. So I'll give the name as score to it. So whenever you add any variable, it will be added on your stage area like this. Okay. So we have finished with one block of code. Now let us begin with the second block of code. The second block of code also will begin with when the green flag is clicked. What we will do is, we will set the score value to 0. So each time we execute the game or run the game, that time the default value which is stored in score will be 0. Now what has to be done? If the apple touches the bowl. So if statement we have to make use of. If it is being touched, so touching will be there in sensing, get it and place it over here. So if the apple is being touched by the bowl, then what has to be done? We have to increment the score. Go to variables, change the score value by 1. If you want to increase it by 5, you can give the value 5. It depends on you. Okay, so right now at least I'll change the value of my score by 1, and then again it should execute these two commands, that is, it should go on top again and fall from some random position. So I'll duplicate this thing and I'll place it over here. This block of code has to be executed till the green flag is clicked. So we have to make use of forever loop. So whenever there is forever loop, it will continuously execute whatever is there inside that loop. So all these things are connected now. So let's see. 1, 2 and so on. So this game is working perfectly fine. Now what we can do is, once the apple touches the bowl, if you wish to, you can add a sound effect to it. So sound effects can be added using this option. So start sound, and you can just include it within the loop, that is, if it is touched by the bowl, then only this sound can be played. So let's see if it plays that sound. Yes. So there are different types of sounds available. You can just go to this option over here choose or record from the gallery. Okay. Thank you for watching.